with this coming together, you also are building, and you've got a lot of young firefighters in the agency.
Yes.
One of the books that we've used in the academy is the performance paradox, and this notion of balancing that performance zone when you're on the fire ground and the learning zone. How do you incorporate that into the culture here at Central Pierce?
Yeah. It's very interesting. So I've been thinking a lot about that piece that you just raised. So if I can have just a moment, let me explain. Like yesterday, we are an organization just by the very geography and the social and economic factors and the demographic that's in our organization. We have a lot of fire activity that still exists in this organization. We have a lot of EMS activity just like all, but we still have a lot of fire activity. So we've had a lot of just really tragic fires lately that include fatalities. Yesterday, I happened to get in a car with 3 deputy chiefs. It was the day, hey, we're going to go hit fire stations. We're going to talk about culture. We're going to talk about character. We're going to talk about trust, all those things. Well, right off the bat, we catch a fire that's down in Station 60's First Due area. I listened to the radio, brand new. Actually, this is the person's first day in a temporary assignment as a battalion chief.
Oh boy.
And the fire just from the beginning goes flawless. Like command and control is established just perfectly. Super calm. You can hear the purposeful steps and actions of fire control and the units supporting fire control. But then there's a moment that the radio comes on priority traffic and they announce that they have a victim, a live rescue that has to happen. And it happens just flawlessly. Then I watched the medical provisions come in play and the person gets transported, right? And so from a competency standpoint, like just perfect. And there's never a question in our organization, 125, 150 times a day, the bell rings, the mission comes to the center, we execute really well. But to your question, the pieces that are so important to me and so important for our organization, especially with our younger folks and even with me, I don't want to just target younger people, but it's the leadership character. It's the culture of the organization that we have to continue to invest in and put all of our energy into, because that, I wish I would have known this 30 years ago. I wish I would have met you 30 years ago, right? That's where our difficulties are at, right? My phone never rings with, hey, you didn't come to the fire, right? Or you didn't rescue the victim, right? Or you didn't administer, right, whole blood, right? My phone rings when there's difficulties in the way that we treat each other. My phone rings when there's difficulties in the organization, when we get in conflict around values, right? Or the purpose and those type of things. So just to answer you specifically, I don't want to do anything in the organization to dilute the technical competency of our firefighters, our EMTs, and our paramedics. I need to continue to support that. But I also need to continue to double down, triple down on everything that's related to the characteristics and the character of the person leading with me, and the culture that's being established in this new organization is just absolutely essential for us to focus on. AAL helps us in that place.
Wow, thank you for that.